Welcome to the boardroom. I'm your host, the chairman. Today on the agenda, we're playing Hellboy, the board game, a cooperative beat-em-up set in the universe of the titular Hellboy, created by Mike Mignola and published by Mantic Games. As always, this is not an instructional video. It's just a video of my playthrough, and I will be playing the Eviction Notice scenario. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and done the setup, and the characters I'll be using are going to be Hellboy and Abe Sapien. I've already gone ahead and distributed their requisition cards and their starting cards. So, without further ado, let's just dive right in. I'm going to read the Eviction Notice scenario setup. So, Eviction Notice, case file 126779. Frogs, like snakes, scorpions, ravens, and black cats, are traditionally considered harbingers of doom. This is borne out by folk tales such as one from Africa, which sees a man's prayer for eternal life ruined by a frog who sees a bleak future for his own species should man flourish. It's no coincidence, then, that the chief minions of the Agdru Jihad are the frog monsters. These amphibian hybrids are able to shapeshift, taking form of men, to further their never-ending quest to bring about the end of the world as we know it. One of our field team has cornered a particularly large specimen in an underground crypt. Agents are to report to the scene and deal with this threat before it escapes. So, the setup is in the back of the card, and like I said, it's already done. So, we just discard this card, and then we proceed with this one. You head underground where you see obvious signs of frog monster infestation. Yeah, your target should be around here somewhere. Clear out its brood, and it'll have no choice but to show itself. So once again, the rest of the setup, we've already prepared the monsters, which will be the rampaging frog monster, venomous frog monster, armed frog monster, and the transforming frog monster. If all the room have been cleared and there are no minions on the board, at the end of the phase, flip this card. Oh, I think I just... So I put it inside here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I have to put this card in play, as well as this card. And this one is just going to stay here. And as per the instruction, I have to put a trigger and a marker. The trigger is the red or the white, I always forget. The trigger is the red, the black. So the red one goes on space 7. And the black one goes on space on this card. And if the track reaches, the Doom track reaches space 7, then we flip the card that's in play. Okay. Just a quick recap of what I have available to me. Like I said, it's Hellboy and Abe Sapien. Hellboy is equipped with a field dressing, an ancient blade, a set of incendiary ammo and armor-piercing ammo, as well as his giant pistol and deep pockets. Abe Sapien comes equipped with incendiary ammo, armor-piercing ammo, field dressing, his harpoon, as well as his own sidearm. So they should be able to deal with the threat as they come in. Okay, so to begin, first things first, I'm going to start with Hellboy, and the first thing we have to do is the enemy phase, where the enemies on the board activate. Well, there aren't any right now, so for this turn, this is skipped. Then we go through the agent phase. So, I'm going to start with Hellboy. Now, exploring is a free action, so I'm just going to open the door here and reveal the first encounter card and see what's in store for us. Okay. So, first is going to be a scenery size 2. Well, yeah, let's put this rock here. And then on the second, we have a clue. Yeah, let's use the jar. Then we have a frog swarm. We go back on the first. And a minion B. That would be a venomous frog monster. And the card also comes with the instruction of sentry. If the minion that is set up in this room is still on the board at the end, in the end phase of this round, advance the impending doom. Okay, so I'm going to put this here to remind myself, but just goes to say that we have to get rid of it as quickly as possible, which I intend to do, obviously. So, first we're going to start with let's go with Hellboy. Or, no, rather I think I'm going to start with Abe Sapien, because he has a chance when he does a shoot or a fight. So when he gets a BPRD result on the fate die, to get back one of his cubes. So I'm gonna move him here. It costs me 1 action. I have to put it down here, and then I'm going to do a shoot attack on this venomous frog monster. So Abe is a very good shot. He uses 3 red die plus the fate die. So I'm not going to use my special ammo for the time being. These are really standard mobs. They don't really need it. So first roll of the game sets up the mood. Alright. So I score 6 success. Now, the venomous frog monster has a resilience of 2 and a health of 6, which means that he basically only takes 4 damage from that first attack. So I'm going to put his damage marker next to him. And, well, I'm going to finish what I started. So I'm going to shoot at him again. Ah, crap. So I have to remove the largest die, plus my sidearm is basically out of ammo. So there's only 3 left. That's 3 success minus 2 equals 1, so 1 damage, so that thing is still alive. So not such a good shot after all. Okay, well, it's up to Hellboy, I guess. So he's gonna move in here, 1, 2, or 1 action, And then I'm gonna bash him with my ancient blade. Okay, so that means I use 2 red die, and the ancient blade upgrades one of my die, so I'm gonna use a black die plus this. So I just need 1 damage to finish him off. Well, okay, I have 6 success, and means I score 4 damage on it, so the venomous frog monster has been taken care of. So I can remove the damage. Alright. As a third action, I think I'm going to examine this clue. Try to advance our knowledge of the enemy we're facing. So, examine. Test once per round when Hellboy spends an action cube to upgrade a test die on an examine. Two dice are upgraded instead. Well, I don't have any die to spend to upgrade, so I'm just gonna throw the standard 3 orange plus the fake die, and let's see what I can find out by examining this jug. Wow! So 1 success. Equals nothing, so I learned nothing, but it's still there, so I'm gonna leave it for Abe to examine. 2 skull on the first round, that doesn't bode well. Now we're up to the resting phase, the rest phase, which we're gonna skip because we're not injured. Then it's the doom track, the doom phase. We have to draw a doom card. Carelessness causes fire. Advance the impending doom. Yippee-doo. Then use a target of priority. Choose an agent. Put an inferno in that agent's area. Well, it's going to be Hellboy. So Hellboy is going to get an inferno in here. And that's it. Then we proceed to the end phase. And during the end phase, we refresh the cube, we resolve the inferno, we resolve the frog swarms, and other effects. So, what do the frog swarms do again? I think they try to get away from us. Oh, I forgot. When we do a test in an area with a frog swarm, we're downgraded 1 die. So Abe Sapien should have had even a worse time to shoot that venomous frog monster. Well, we still overkilled him with Hellboy, so that's fine, but I'll try to remember that in the future. I don't know if they move. Let's see in the end phase. Yeah. End phase, resolving frog swarm. If they're in a need. Yeah, they move to an adjacent area. And for every 2 frog swarms on the board, we have to up the impending doom check. And when we resolve the inferno, Each area where there's an inferno, remove one. Oh, damn. Remove one clue. So we have to remove this clue. It's been burned by the damn fire. Then roll a red die for each inferno. On a score of 0, remove it. On a score of 1, 2, or 3, then each character take that much damage. Additionally, on a score of 3, place another inferno in an adjacent space. So, let's see. Yeah, obviously. So not only do I destroy a clue, I also expend this. This has to move away. So I'm off to a good start, and I have to do 2 damage to Hellboy. Because normally it would take 3 damage, but he's fire resistant, so... Oh no, he never suffers more than 1 damage from fire, so just 1. Well, at least there's that. But we're gonna have to put out these fires before we do anything else. And then we get all our action cubes back. There we are. Abe and... Okay, so before we push any further, we have to deal with this mess we caused. So we're gonna start with Abe this time, and he's gonna use 1 action to put out this fire. Then he's gonna move 1 here, and he's gonna use 1 action to clear this frog swarm. And Hellboy is just gonna clear this fire. And he has 2 actions left. And I'm tempted to push on because otherwise time will be running out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to open this door and see what we have here. Well, it's a good thing I cleared the frog swarm because another one appears. But first there's another clue. So let's put another jug here. And then we have a minion B, which is the venomous frog monster. Scenery 1 here. Bunch of pickaxes. And a frog swarm. And just to keep things interesting, the minion in this room immediately activate as though it was the enemy, were the enemy phase. So yeah. And then we can discard this card. Here. We can also discard this card because there's no more enemies here. So yeah, the venomous frog monster is going to move here. And when he sees Hellboy, he spits at me. Don't worry, I'll spit right back. So my resistance with Hellboy is 3 orange and this die, and I hope we don't get to see too many more skulls. Okay, so I gotta reroll, and I'm gonna reroll this die. So my total resistance is 5, which means I take no damage at all. So at least there's that. And now I'm gonna use, like I said, I'm gonna spit right back at it. Although I'm tempted to just move in and attack it. No, I think I'm going to shoot at it with my big gun. Yeah, okay. So, not the best shot using yellow die when I do a shoot action. But if I score any point, and then at least I add 5 additional damage. So let's go. Oh, yes. I get the BPRD symbol, which means that is this only when I do a fight action? Yeah, only when I do a fight action that I get to heal when I get this symbol. But, however, I can use it to add 2 more die. You can use the BPRD symbol to change to anything. So, unfortunately, I have to flip this when I attack because it's out of ammo after 1 shot. However, I do 4 success plus 5 equals 9, minus 2 for the resistance of the monster, which leaves 7 damage, which is more than enough to deal with this pest. So, there you go. And I'm gonna end my turn. I think for a final action, I'm gonna use my action to reload my gun. Yeah. So that's Hellboy's turn. Okay, rest phase. I'm not gonna rest, and I'm just gonna proceed. So we're now to the Deck of Doom phase. Shit. A Rain of Frog. Put this card in play. In step D at E of each end phase, spawn a frog swarm in each area that contains at least 1 agent. When the agent take time, discard. Oh, that's annoying. Well, at least the Doom track does not advance, at least not yet. So now we're up to the end phase. Now the end phase, we recoup all our cubes. So Abe gets his cubes back. So does Hellboy. And then we resolve Inferno. There are none. We resolve Frog Swarms. Well, for right now, there's only one, and it can't move any further away, so it's just going to stay there. But now we have to add a frog swarm for each agent on the board, and that's going to start adding up real quickly. Okay, so now that we're done with that, let's go to turn 3. I'm going to start with Abe. First thing I'm going to do is straight up get rid of this critter with 1 action. And then I'm going to move all the way here. Because Abe can, with 1 move action, can move up to 3 space. He's rather quick, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. I moved here. Now I'm gonna examine this clue before something happens to it. So that's gonna be 3 orange plus the fade die. I'll leave it to Hellboy to take care of the frog swarms. I get a reroll. And once again, I don't score enough success to garner any clues from this jug. Okay, Hellboy. First things first, I'm gonna get rid of this frog. Second, he's gonna come here. Nope, I'm just gonna get rid of the frogs. And third, I'm gonna get rid of this frog swarm. At least we're controlling the board. There's nothing on the board right now. I'm not going to reveal the last room. And we're gonna go with the rest phase, and this time we're gonna take time because otherwise this card is just gonna keep spawning frog swarms on us. So yeah, now when you take time, you have the choice to either investigate, which is what I'll do. Discard a clue and advance the information garnered twice. Since we can't do it with dice, we'll just do it with this. That's going to be Abe's action, and he advances this twice, which means that we have gotten one of those insight tokens. And also, when an agent takes time, I can reload my gun for free. So I can turn this, and my gun is now usable again. As for Hellboy, he's just gonna recuperate, which means I roll 2 red die and gain back the amount I get in health. It's 4, but I just had 1 wound, so I'm back up to full health. However, when we do that, we have to advance the Doom track. Yeah. Okay. And then another Doom card. From the shadows, advance the impending doom. We're up to 4. Use target of priority, choose an agent, then spawn a minion A in that target's area. Okay. I forgot, Hellboy was attacked earlier, which means that the leader is now Abe. And I have to spawn a rampaging frog monster in Abe's area. So that thing's gonna attack him. Unpleasant, but you know. Oh, I forgot. Because when we take time, we also flip this card. Flip immediately after advancing the Doom track. Okay, so you gladly take the opportunity to catch your breath as you're getting ready to carry on. As you're getting ready to carry on, you hear sound of wet, slapping footsteps back towards the entrance. Uh-oh, reinforcements. Spawn minions in the starting area as follows, depending on the number of agents. So with 2 agents, going to be a minion A and a minion C. So these 2, and they're going to spawn here. Now, thankfully, we're too far away for them to attack us during their activation, but then we're going to have to deal with them. And then we discard this card. And then, of course, we also get back all our cubes. This is for Abe. This is for Hellboy. Okay. So, first things first, we're going to activate the rampaging frog monster in Abe's area. He's going to be attacked, which means Hellboy is going to go back to the leadership position. And then I have to resist a Yep, I have to resist an attack of 5 damage. Oh, is that 5? Yeah, that's 5. It's the armed monster that does 7. So, but unfortunately, Abe is a bit of a glass jaw. So he only uses yellow die to resist damage. No skull, no skull, no skull, no skull, no skull, no skull. Oh, well, alright. We have a BPRD success, so I'm going to shift it to this, which means I resist 3 and only take 2 damage. That's not too bad. And then both of these move and come over here. So, yeah. Okay. That was the enemy activation, so now it's our turn, and we have to deal with those. Now, Abe can use this harpoon to attack. He's not very good in melee situation, but no. Now I think I'm gonna go with Hellboy. I'm just gonna move in this here. And then I'm going to attack that thing with my Ancient Blade. Which means that I get the 2 red and a black. Plus this. And hopefully I can take care of it without too much fuss. Well, I get a reroll. Okay, so that's a 7 success, which is enough to score 5 damage on it, but they have 6 health, so it's still alive. So I think I'm gonna attack him again with Hellboy. So another roll of the die. I get to multiply this success by 2, which is now 4. 7, yeah, that's enough to kill that thing. So rampaging frog monster has been dealt with. So that was Hellboy's turn. And then with Abe, I'm tempted to clip in a armor-piercing ammo before I shoot. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because that way I get to ignore their resistance. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clip that in. I'm gonna put this. When a shoot test is made, count the target resilience as being 2 lower. I have to discard it if my gun ever runs out of ammo. So, no skulls, please. Just because I said that, I'm gonna get a skull. We'll see. Oh, that's a shoot action. Plus, I have to... I think I have to subtract because there are 2. Shoot action. Downgrade 1 die for each other character in the area. I'm wondering if character means... I think it means... Yeah, if it was hero, they would have said hero. So... it means I have to lower this to an orange. And let's see what the attack does. Ooh. Well, that was I also forgot I was shooting at the armed frog monster. So, yeah. That's 8 success. Ignoring its resilience, it's more than enough to deal with that thing. Okay. And then I'm going to shoot again. Maybe this time my dice are none of my dice are downgraded because there's only 1 in there. So hopefully we can proceed unhindered. Oh yes. So with this I multiply these successes by 2, so that's 6, 9, 11, which is more than enough to blow that thing's head clean off. Hey, you're a good shot. Okay. So that's it for our turn. Now I'm not gonna take time, even though Abe is wounded. I might use my field dressing instead later on, but for right now, we're just gonna proceed with the doom phase. Oh, I forgot to get rid of that earlier. We took time so we could get rid of this card. So the doom. A cold wind blows in. Advance. The impending doom. Well, that's not surprising. Remove all Inferno from the board, then put this card in play. In the next end phase, each agent receive one fewer action cube, then discard this card. Okay, so apparently there's a big draft in this crypt. And yeah, we only get two of our cubes back. And then we discard it. Is it the next? Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, all right. So, I'm gonna move a bit. Enemy phase. There are no enemies on the board. We took care of that last turn, so that's good. So I'm gonna have Abe move here, and then my free action, we can explore this room. I wonder. Now I think I have to leave the door, because otherwise there's no way to know where the door is. So basically we know it's explored when there are no encounter card in it. Yeah. I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Alright. Okay, let's see what's... So see a scenery 2. So a scenery size 2. Let's put this... Oh, best. That looks like a couch. So scenery size 2 is going to be here. A minion C on 2, so that's those are dangerous. Nothing here, and a clue all the way back there. Yeah, it sucks a little because I can't attack it. So Abe is going to use his field dressing. It's going to cost him 1 action. Deal up to 2 damage. Then flip this card. So it can be used to heal another damage later on, but right now that's all we get. We got it. Okay. And as for Hellboy, I can't reach that enemy, but I can go over here. It's 1, 2. And shoot at it with my giant cannon, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm almost hoping not to kill him this turn. In fact, it might be a good idea to just leave it there. Yeah, you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to attack it. So instead... Instead, I'm gonna move one area further here. Be ready to examine this clue. We're gonna have to endure an attack from this monster, but I don't want to run the risk of killing it and precipitate the end game right away. So we don't have to do, our actions are done, we don't have to do any rest because we're not injured, and besides we couldn't because there's a monster on the board. So we go straight to the doom phase. Noises up ahead. Advance the impending doom. Alright. Then put this card in play. The next time a room is explored, spawn an additional minion C in the area. Then this card. Well, that's good. We don't have to, we're not going to have to use that because there are no more areas to explore. So now we have to deal with that thing, but it's going to attack us first. And it's going to attack Hellboy first, to be precise. Okay, so we're back to the end phase, and now we can recuperate all our action cubes, which we'll promptly do. Then it's back to the enemy phase. So, yeah, this enemy is close enough to attack the leader, which is going to be Hellboy, which means that he's going to go back here. And I have to resist a 7 damage melee attack. So, let's hope for the best. Okay, well, that's a 6 resistance, which means I only get 1 damage. That's not too bad. But it's quite good. So, okay, and now we have to deal with it. So I'm going to attack with Hellboy. Gets 2 red and a black because of his ancient blade, plus my. Let's see what sort of damage I can deal, if any. Okay. So that multiplies this by 2, which means that's 4 plus 2 equals 6 minus 2. So that's 4 damage. Not enough to kill it, unfortunately. Now I'm going to attack with Abe. He's going to shoot at it from here. And he's going to have to downgrade one of his attack, but that's not too bad. So it's going to be this, this, and this. Because I can ignore his resilience. So basically I just need 2 success to get rid of it. Here goes. Damn it. Well, at least I'm gonna kill him, but I have to discard this and this. But for my attack, I still ignore his resilience, so I lost my armor piercing, but at least it's dead. Alright. And my gun is out of ammo. I think I'm going to take an action to this right away. And then Hellboy is going to do an examine, and he's also going to use an additional to upgrade 2 of his die. Because when he upgrades 2 of them instead of 1 when he does an examine. So That means I'm gonna have 1 orange, 2 red, plus this. Let's hope that the same roll as Abe when he shot. Let's hope it doesn't get him another skull. Which obviously it does. So basically nothing happens. As for Abe, he has 1 action left. And he can't really do anything with it. So, you know, well, let's not waste our time. Okay. So, I have to read during the end phase. Yeah, we're gonna have a doom before that happens. Unfortunately, if the doom track advances, and we're in deep doo-doo. Okay, no. Let's see what happens. We're not gonna do the rest phase. Yeah. Ancient Curse. Use the target of priority to choose an agent. Put this card in play next to the agent's board. The next time a BPRD symbol is rolled for test, treat it as a skull, then discard this card. Okay, and it's Abe. So Abe gets this card, but at least we didn't advance the doom track, which means that we get, at the end, we get to do this. So room has been cleared. Flip this card. Yeah, okay, we're gonna flip this card. So we're at the end phase. First we recoup all our die. Oh, we had 1 action left. I forgot that. I think I'm gonna use that action to move in here. I'm gonna join, or here. It's gonna join Hellboy. Well, maybe here. Yeah. Okay, so looks like you've cleared the place out. You take a moment to ready yourself for what comes next, listening out for any sounds that might give away your quarry's location. Discard any case file case file card in the play, still in play. Then the agents immediately take time as though it were a rest phase. However, the impending doom does not advance. Excellent. So we're going to use for Abe, he's going to examine this clue, which help us advance twice. Means we get another insight here. And Hellboy is just going to rest, which means he rolls 2 die and hopefully gets back the wound that he sustained. Yes, he does. Okay, now that this is done, then you see it, eye up on the wall, crouching in an alcove. It's a frog monster, way bigger than the other you've been dealing with. Before it can make a move, you're already opening fire, sending it tumbling to the ground. The lead agent sets up the giant frog monster in any area that is visible to at least 1 agent. Well. Okay. Then discard. So we discard all the cards. Okay. So at least it's alone. It's not gonna have any creature with it. And it appears here. I think that's how I'm supposed to understand it, anyway. Or is it? I'm not sure. Or does it always spawn with... it doesn't say if we spawn it. Yeah. Yeah, this is the confrontation. So, yeah, we have to spawn it with two minion B. As close as possible to the boss. But it doesn't say that we have to put them on the bosses. So yeah, minion B, these two. So we're gonna put them there. It's not gonna change much of anything, but then we have to flip this around. Remove the doom. There's no more doom. This has been spent. Remove these, and then so the frog monster goes here. Okay, sorry about that. I was just making sure I had the right cards. So, yeah, these are the cards. I'm going to remove the Doom cards. Okay, the lead agent is going to be Hellboy once again. We have 2 insight, which means we get to upgrade 2 die whenever we attack the giant frog monster, and it has 20 health. So let's see how it goes. Abe still has this damn card. Okay, so we're up to first action, the enemy phase. So yeah, let's do the enemy phase. First, we start with the boss. Okay, the boss makes a melee attack against otherwise. The boss moves towards... How much does he move? He has a move of 2. So yeah, it moves here. And then it attacks Hellboy. For 8 damage. Ouch. I'm tempted to upgrade some of I die to resist this, but with my luck it's not gonna do anything because I'm gonna get a skull. I can feel it. I can feel it coming. That's gonna be a wallop. So I get, yeah, that's not good. I didn't get the skull, but I get, still get 5 damage from this, which is more than enough to stun my character. 3, 4, 5. At least he's not going to be attacked again by the next enemy, but he's stunned. It's going to cost him 2 to get back up. Hopefully you get to make an attack before he is and then these 2. So these move here, and this one is gonna spit at Abe. Got a bad feeling about that. Okay, well, Abe just gets 2 damage. Not too bad. Then leadership goes back to Hellboy. And this thing is going to come here and spits at Hellboy. So hope for a better roll this time. Because otherwise it can be over pretty quickly. Well, that's 4 resistance. That means only 1 damage. His track is full, so next time he takes any damage, it's gonna hurt. But at least we're still alive. So let's try and keep it that way. Now, Hellboy has to spend 2 cubes just to get up, which is what he'll do. And then I'm going to wallop that thing with my ancient blade before, well, as my final action, because I'm sensing it's not going to go very well for me now. So when I attack, I get an up to upgrade a die. So, and because he has 2 inside, so I upgraded 3 die, which means that I'm going to attack with 3 black die. So I just need not to get a skull. Just not a skull. Anything, just not a skull, please. And of course it's a skull! Just do 1 stupid damage. Otherwise I would have... Oh, it's really annoying when the die really craps on you like this. Just makes me want to stop right here. But I won't. Okay. So with Abe... Yeah, with Abe, I'm just gonna move out with 1 action. Or I could get rid of those Otherwise, they're gonna just gank us. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So, I'm gonna get rid of those, hopefully. Let's see what happens. It's gonna and that's a pathetic roll. That's 5. So I'll score 3 damage on one of them. I'm gonna attack again. And my curse activates, which means that this goes away, but this is treated as a skull, so I do no damage. Well, at least that thing is gone now. Okay, and then with my final action, I'm going to attack the boss monster with my harpoon. Okay, so when I attack with my harpoon, I upgrade 1 die. Which means that I'm gonna, because of the 2 upgrades, I'm gonna have 3 die plus this. I'm gonna get a skull. I sense it. I'm sensing the end of this game right now. I know it's pessimistic, but... well, at least I did. Okay, so I score 8 damage, which is a measly 4 damage on it. Which means that it's down to 15. Okay, now we have to survive the next turn. We don't do the... when during the confrontation, we don't do the Deck of Doom, so we just have to deal with... yeah, we go back to... I don't know. There's something about the confrontation. I think there's a way to get back some health. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna... other instruction. No rest or doom phase. Yeah, that's last ditch recovery. Knocked out agent can come back. Yeah, okay. And by throwing how many? I think it's orange. 3 orange die. If any die show any... if any of the dice are blank, the agent remains knocked out. Otherwise, if there are no blank face, return the agent and remove... okay, well, we're not knocked out yet, so... first, we start with the boss. Discard, then reshuffle the behavior, and, yeah, draw another card. Okay, then draw another card. And it makes an attack using target of priority. Yeah, that's Abe this time. That's probably not gonna go well. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3 plus the blue die. Okay, so ouch. Scores 5 hits on me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's stunned because that's more than 4 damage. Okay. Then the monster spits at us again. Well, it does no damage to Hellboy, so, and then it goes back to Abe, and then Abe, my boy, you're looking at a yeah, I think you're gonna be knocked out. Yeah, and he's knocked out. That's it for him. So what how do we, when does this instead, when an agent is knocked out, at the start of each agent phase... Oh, well, he has a chance to come back right now. So I have to roll 3 orange die and not get any any blank. So let's see if he comes back. Well, of course not. So yeah, okay. Now we're up to Hellboy, and I'm gonna try to finish this creature off before it knocks me out. So that's 3 black. At least I can attack 3 times, and I have 3 good chance to damage it if I don't get 3 skulls. So my first attack. Oh, well, that's a good hit. That's 8 plus 2, 10. Minus 4, that's 6 damage. Which means he goes down to 9. The second attack. Oh, I forgot to take back the actions, but I'm gonna have to take this one again. Alright. So, second attack. Oh dear. Oh! Well, that's a good one, the BPRD, which means I get to remove 2 damage. Plus, I can... double the result of 1 die in addition to any other outcome. So I'm gonna transform this in a 2. I'm gonna double this, which means that this now 8, 13 minus 4, 9. Boom! I just knocked your ass on the ground. And I believe that when we... Does the confrontation end with the death of the boss monster, or do we have to kill the other 2 as well? I'm not sure. I'm just gonna look. Confrontation. Unless the confrontation card says otherwise, the game ends in either 2 ways. If all enemies on the board are defeated, yeah, I have to kill those critters as well. Okay. Well... I'm gonna use my pistol on them. So that's gonna be what's the blue? I'm gonna shoot this one, obviously. Ooh. Okay. Well, whatever the result doesn't really matter. I can transform this in 3 plus 5 equals 8. That's enough to, that would have been enough to kill him, even if he hadn't been wounded. So there's just one poisonous frog monster left. My gun is empty. Okay, well. So now it's its turn to attack. And it's gonna spit at me. Disgusting thing. I get to resist with these. And it does no damage. Excellent. Your ass is mine, boy. So, at the beginning of the Abe has the opportunity to try and get back up. He died here, so he has to. Nope, he stays on the ground. I'll just take care of this thing myself. Don't worry about it, Abe. I'm over it. I'm all over it. So, first, I'm gonna... Let's not take any chance. I get back on my actions. I'm gonna move to it. I'm gonna wallop it with a my ancient blade, which means that's 2 red and a black, plus the blue die. And there's that skull again. So that was an attack, but at least I still do 3 damage to it. And I get to attack another time, which I will. And a BPRD symbol, which allows me to heal twice, plus I get to transform this into a 2, which means a total of 6 minus 2 equals 4. He had 2 health left. This thing has been taken care of. And we have successfully completed Eviction Notice. Well, that was touch and go for a while, but well, in the end we prevailed, so I guess I'm just gonna have to wake up Abe now and bring him back home so he can get some well-rested R&R, well-earned R&R. This has been Hellboy the board game. So I am the chairman, and until next time, bidding you a fond farewell until your next visit to the boardroom. Adios.